What's up? This is Naked Eli, the most unclothed gamer, here with our Halo Tricks video on the Delta Halo Ghost Launch. We're going to get across this chasm, allowing us to skip the majority of the mission. If you've seen my speedrun, you see that I come popping down these cliffs. Everyone's like, Master Chief, crazy. I steal their ghost right there. I drive down here, and then I line myself up here perfectly so I can throw a grenade and launch myself across. Now, there's also a really nice launch that takes you from here to here that I'm going to show you as soon as I'm done with this one. I actually think this one is more consistent if you want to practice this and get good at this. This is just the one that I'm used to. There's also a really ridiculously hard one to get right into the waterfall, but because it's so hard, I'm not going to show it. People don't do it in full game. So, starting out, I'm going to basically park my left wing of my ghost in this gray space right here. I'm going to look right here where this gray meets the green, and then my right tip should be lined up with that right side. Notice I'm not like all the way here, I'm not all the way here. My right tip should be lined up, and everything should be nice and settled. Now as I get out, I don't want to throw my grenade yet, because I need to have the ability to see how to get in my ghost. So I'm going to look at the spot where I want to throw the grenade. I'm going to back up and wait just until it says hold B to drive ghost, which is for me is on bumper jumper. For you, it might say hold right bumper to get in ghost or whatever button. Once you're here, you're going to throw a grenade and then immediately get in your ghost, drive towards the grenade, and then you're going to take a sharp turn up here to launch yourself across the chasm. All right? It's pretty hard to pull off. It's not super consistent on this side, but hopefully we can get a good launch. So here's what that should look like. Look right about here, throw the grenade, get in, drive to the right, and you see I do a few quick turns. That allows me to then get in the ghost and drive on into there, hit the load zone, continue on with the mission. Alright, so let's try that again. Gotta kill this guy, because he was creeping on us during the checkpoint. Alright, so now we're gonna do it again. Park the ghost on the left here, line it up perfectly so the right tip's on that corner, and I'm looking straight where I want to throw that grenade. Back up until I'm looking directly at that point. Throw the nade, get in the ghost, move to the right, and that's a pretty crispy land it, land it, land it. Yeah, there we go. And then you just move in through there. You can even get a new ghost in that little cubby. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys the other ghost launch. And the way this is going to work is we're actually going to align the front of our ghost with all this grass. So if you treat this like a line right here, then we're going to want to drive about up to that line. So there's going to be some like green space in the middle, almost like the width of that grass. And we're going to want our right tip aligned with this right here so that we can actually just drive straight forward and at a slight left so that we don't hit into this rock. And so this one, you don't have to line up like super fancy and have perfect timing. It's a little bit more forgiving. But you do want to now stand exactly behind the ghost. You want to look right here about 3/4 of the way up. So if this is a line right here, look about 3/4 of the way up, just where that is slanted. Throw your frag, get in your ghost, and then we're going to actually do something different on this one. So notice that as I'm driving, I don't know if you can see it, but when I hold down the jump button, it lifts the nose of my ghost, which makes it really easy to climb walls, actually. And so by lifting the nose of our ghost, we're going to tilt the ghost up, so it's going to give us more verticality. Notice that that one had a lot of horizontal distance to cover, so we really wanted the grenade to be at the back of the ghost to launch us horizontally. Still under the ghost so that we went up and not just straight across, but mostly a horizontal jump. This one is much more of a vertical jump. If you think about like a negative parabola, right? Negative x squared. We want to go much higher on this one. So I'm going to line myself up right about here. I'm going to move to exactly the back of the ghost, look about 3/4 of the way up, throw the nade, get in, and then hold down that button, and that should allow us to get over this ridge. Now, by the way, you're going to have to immediately drive back here to hit the loading zone. Once you see that checkpoint done, that's how you get that. And then I guess I cannot show you this trick anymore unless I kill myself 5 times fast. So this is another pro tip. If you kill yourself 5 times fast, then it will allow you to go back to the previous checkpoint. And then I would be able to show you guys that trick one more time. and maybe talk about some of the problems that people have as they try to pull it off. So I think I lost count. Was that 4? I think that was 4. And one more should actually allow us to go straight back to the ghost. And let's see if it did, and it magically worked. All right, behind the scenes. So we're gonna line up our ghost. Notice you don't want to be like too far to the left because it's this curvature here that allows you to boost on up. And notice also that I had to have the grenade on the back of my ghost, like past the halfway point, somewhere back here to get me up. If you're too far back, then you're not even gonna reach your grenade in time. Oh, but look what I said. This is an extremely forgiving jump, so that actually brought us pretty clean over the top. Forget what I said. This jump is much easier than the other. But obviously, if you're too far up, then here you would just drive off the cliff. So, and oh, the grenade didn't even go off because of the way that it bounced. So, as long as you don't make those mistakes, you set it up correctly, you should be able to pull this ghost launch off with some good efficiency, and use this ramp rather than if you're like too far to the left here. I don't think it will give you the same caliber of jump. Oh, but still possible. So there you go. Lots of different ways to do it. Back in anniversary mode, so pretty. And then you can continue on with the mission once you hit that load zone back there. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck with the trick. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.